Hey guys, just thought I'd make this video. Hadn't made one in a while, so I thought I'm having to hold my mic here. But I thought I hadn't made one in a little while, and I wanted to make this video tonight. I'm going to start opening up about my life and telling some things. I'm a little nervous about doing that, but I want to do it. Just kind of get my story out there. I guess I'm not looking for pity or anything of that nature. It's just I'm just you know want to talk and express what my life has kind of been like. Any comments and everything would be appreciated. But I wanted to talk about what happened with uh, what the SSRI did to my hair. As you can see, I always wear a hat when I'm on the internet, and this is why, and I'll show you. The drug just shattered my hair. You can see, you know, pretty much just destroyed it. It happened about 5 years ago. I took the drug, and for a while I didn't have that. It didn't hurt my hair. I think it was slowly taking it out, but it wasn't noticeable. I started noticing that my hair in the front, I'll take it off for a second to show you, right on this side, I think it's this side, might be a little opposite with the camera, but on this side I started noticing my hair was a little shorter each time. I started noticing that each time, that it was a little shorter. And it would get a little gradually less, but I didn't notice anything. I thought maybe my hair was getting cut wrong. I'd go to the hair, my barber, my hair would be cut short. So I didn't think anything about it. And all of a sudden, I would say it was a few months. My hair was just, I would wake up, in bed from sleep, and I would wake up and there'd be piles of hair on my pillow. It was just ridiculous each morning. And then, of course, every time I would lay down on the, when I would lay on just laying on my bed, watching TV, every time I would do that, it would be that way too. I would lean up and there'd be piles of hair on my pillow, and I didn't know anything about hair loss and drugs. Taking pills. A pill that a doctor gave to me. I didn't know anything about that, and eventually it was just, more and more of it was gone, and my mom noticed it, and she was like, "Oh God, look at your hair." Of course she didn't know it either, and most of it was gone, and of course you can see there. That's why I didn't even bother combing it. But tonight, what brought it back up tonight for me was I went out just for a little while to get out of the house. As you all know, that I've been talking about, I'm in horrible withdrawal. It's been rough, but I'm doing okay. I'm here. But I don't know why, but I for some reason forgot my hat. Like I said, my mind, even since the SSRIs, my mind's pretty whacked, but I don't remember and think like I did. But when I quit the drug, when I walked out of the house, I just forgot it. And when I got halfway to the bookstore, I remembered, bam, my hat's gone. And I never left without my hat because, I'm so embarrassed by it. And I thought, oh no, and I went in there that whole time for the couple of hours with my hat off, and I saw people that I knew, but I just didn't even want to go up to them. They'd be like, "Why are you losing your hair?" And all this kind of stuff. And I didn't say anything, and I just stayed away and kind of went and read and stayed away. But excuse me, it just really angered me. I'm so angry because I didn't even know that the drugs could do that, and I've lost my hair. And when it happened, I never went out with any girls. I couldn't even approach them unless I had a hat on. I was just too embarrassed. And I get girls that'll come up, if I go out any places, which is not much, but if I go out anywhere, I hang out or anything, if I see them, they come up. Of course, I've always got my hat. I got a hat on always, and they'll come up and they may be nice to me and say things to me, and I'm nice to them and everything, and I talk to them, and they give a little flirt here and there, and I like that, because it's all I have. But I never take my hat off because I always think, well, when I take it off, they're gonna notice and probably not want much to do with me. And see, when I was younger, it having my looks, and I'm not trying to say I'm some sexy beast, or anything like that, because I know better. But that was all I had. I wasn't smart at anything because of my autism. I pretty much had no skills. I didn't even have the talent like the autistic savants, which I'll talk about sometime about what an autistic savant is. But they have special skills and talents, and I had none of those, except maybe remembering things I read. I guess that's about it. But nothing that you could help you have a career. And in school, you have your jocks, your nerds, as they call it, and I was none of those things. I wasn't good in school. I was definitely not a jock because of the autism. You're always bad at sports. Most of the time, if you have autistic symptoms, you're usually pretty bad. But, I had no skills, but I kind of was cute. I was a little guy, and I always looked young for my age. And that made me feel good. I always, they used to tell you, oh, you're going to like that when you get older, and I do. And people tell me that I look young for my age, and it makes me feel good, But see, now, with the hair loss, it shows now. And I know people are going to think, that's just stupid, quit worrying about that, that's just moronic. But a lot of times when people tell me that, well, I'll give you other examples. They'll say, oh, it's no big deal. Oh, it's what's on the inside. And it's this. And, I actually mentioned to family. I broke down. That was before I had the real bad withdrawals. I was talking about, I just got upset one day. I think just everything this drug did to me, all the side effects I had, and I didn't understand it was the drug. I just, I didn't understand. And then, of course, the withdrawal, afterwards. But I was just so upset, and, of course, it was my hair loss, and I just said, it took my hair out. I was like that, just upset. And they looked at me like I was stupid. And it was like, stupid how? Because the drug just took globs of my hair out, and I don't even come from a family that has a lot of hair loss. My mom has lost hair now. She's 61. It's not like she's draining of hair. And my dad had full head of hair at 32, which is when he died. He lost hair because of the chemo treatment. I don't understand why it happened to me, And I had thick head of hair. I'm talking about, Mom used to kid about it being like a mop, because it just grew like a weed. But I get very angry at what that drug did to me. That was Zoloft, and I don't understand why that happened to me. Everything happened to me. I had horrible feelings in my legs. That's when I finally quit. I just said, hell with this. This drug's destroying me. But I'll give you an example. My sister, who I'll talk about in a video sometime, who seems like her life, except for maybe one thing she wanted to do in her career, always seemed to go her way. Everything. And you'll learn that most of my life, nothing has gone my way. In major ways. Everybody has a good day. But mostly my life didn't go, my way. But she has a boyfriend, and I think they'll get married one day, but he's almost 39 or 40. I can't remember his age, but he looks good and youthful for his age. Of course, he's a fitness nut. He's muscular. He works out all the time. Real self-absorbed. Not a mean person. It's not that, but he's real fanatical about his looks. And I could just imagine if he lost his hair, he'd go nuts. He's going nuts because he has one gray hair, and that gives you, gives you an opinion, gives you an example. He would go absolutely nuts if he lost his hair. I'm talking about he would be nuclear, if he lost it. He has a full head of hair, full dark hair. He's almost 40. The guy doesn't even look his age. He looks so youthful. And he's muscular, he's good looking. He has the abs, he's got the body. I used to have the abs until the drug just got me so full of withdrawal I can't exercise anymore. But, he's got all of that. Yet his hair is fine. He's got a full head. Here I am, who have never had a date in his life because he couldn't go out, because he couldn't drive, and he really didn't have ways to function. And then my hair comes out from taking a stupid pill. I've never done a drug in my life except those pills. And my life is ruined. You know, he he drinks, or I mean, not all the time. Obviously, he's a fitness nut, but he went out with his friends, wild parties, getting drunk out of his gourd. So did she, my sister, and I'm thinking, here's me. I've never done any of those things, yet this happens to me. From taking a stupid pill that I was told I needed from a doctor. It's just, it angers me, and people will look at me. On my dad's side of my family, they're real verbal about their opinions. I mean, if they think you look bad in a shirt, they would say, "Boy, you look like crap in that stupid shirt," or "You look like," they might use another word. So when I walked in there and I didn't have my hat on at that time when we went out, and they said, "Man, what happened to your hair? Boy, you losing a lot of it, ain't you?" And it's just like, yeah, wasn't my fault. Stupid pill did it, but nobody will believe me. Oh, you probably just lost it naturally, even though I have evidence that the drug did that. I have things I've printed out from the net that shows that that's what happened, that the drug did it. But I've lost all confidence, in approaching any girls much. I never had much anyway because of my problems autistically, and everything else. And, and now that just ruined it. And I lost my hair. That just ended it. Because I know now I don't even like going to church much. I don't go to church much anymore anyway, and that's a whole other issue. But part of it too, I don't want to go with my hair, because it's really, you can see. I ain't got it combed or anything, but you can see it's pretty bad. It's pretty much gone. It ain't come back. I've been off Zoloft 2 years, even though I got put on. I've had issues with the other drugs. I had to get on Celexa when I got off Zoloft because of the withdrawal, which I didn't know I was having, and then ended up on Ambien later. If you want to know my story, just go and look at my several videos I made telling my SSRI and benzo withdrawal story. I call it my SSRI and benzo withdrawal hell. If you haven't seen them and you want to know what happened to me, just go watch those. But this is one thing that the drugs caused, and it ain't come back yet. None of it's really come back that I lost, and it's just humiliating, But it's just kind of one more thing I have to deal with, and I feel like I'm losing purpose in my life. The one thing I used to have was, and I don't mean that, like I said, in an arrogant way, was my looks, and I used to be kind of built good. I used to work out. I'm a small guy, but I was slim. I had the abs. I was actually building some muscles in my arms, and I looked good, and it made me feel good because I never had that. And I worked hard to get it. I exercised roughly for years. I exercised every day for 10 years. But now I look at, and it's like the drug just was destroying me day by day, and I didn't know it. And all that time, then I come off the drug, and it just destroyed me. I had so much pain and everything that, I couldn't exercise or nothing. So, but that's about all I wanted to talk about in this video. I'm going to make more about my life and talk about some issues, and any comments you leave or encouragements or anything that you leave, I appreciate, and I'm definitely going to try to respond. I apologize to anybody I haven't responded to yet, but I'm going to definitely try to respond. But this is Shane, and appreciate you watching my videos, and I'll be back later, and I'll definitely be making more videos, so please stay tuned. Thanks. Bye.